Hi everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I am going to talk about skin tints. I've got my top 10 over here that I want to share and talk about. I've been using skin tints much more than foundations for the past couple of years. To be very honest, I've stopped using foundations completely. I hardly use it once or twice a month. I used to love foundations. I don't know why now I just feel like they are not my thing. Now I'm more into clean, effortless, healthy looking skin kind of finish, So yeah, in today's video, I will be sharing my top 10 skin tints. These are the skin tints that I reach for again and again and again. I'm going to talk about everything from coverage to finish, hydration, sun protection, and why I love each formula. So let's get started. First is the Loveetc skin tint. This one is called Tint Talk etc. and it has got SPF 30 PA++. Very cute, small and travel friendly packaging. You get 30 ml of product and this gives you a very glowy, very dewy finish. Now this one over here has got a skin sync technology, which means it moves with your skin. So there are less chances of creasing and I love that about the skin tint. I just love the formula of the skin tint. By the way, I'm in the shade medium tan. Now medium tan I'll say is just a little bit dark for me, but the formula of the skin tint is really good. It blends very easily, feels very lightweight. All the skin tints that I have today with me feel lightweight on the skin. I mean, that's the point of using a skin tint. I want it to be very lightweight. I want it to feel like skincare. This also has hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and peptides. I think it's a skin tint that will work on all skin types. Now, I wore it for 4 to 5 hours max. One thing that I really like about this skin tint is that it actually doesn't crease. Especially when I set my smile lines with a powder, it stays, it doesn't cake or crease. It has got sheer buildable coverage and it doesn't transfer easily. So even if you don't want to use a powder, if you have very dry skin, it's fine. Then we have the Hue Drops from Dow Beauty. This is their sheer tint and I'm in the shade 280. This shade is an amazing match for my skin tone. It's just perfect. I'm about to finish the skin tint. There's just a little bit of product left in this. It has got a very watery consistency. It blends very nicely on the skin. So this is the shade. It has got a very nice neutral olive undertone, just perfect for my skin tone. Can you see that? Now this too has got a dewy finish and it blurs my skin to an extent, so it's fine if you don't want to use a primer under this. Like if you have normal skin, you can just apply it without a primer. This one has also got skincare ingredients like hyaluronic acid, niacinamide. Can you see that shade? It just disappears on my skin and makes everything look super even. That's why I love this. It's available in 12 shades now. The brand claims that this has got a medium coverage, but I'll say that this has got sheer to medium buildable coverage. It does feel like second skin. All of my skin tints feel like second skin. Love the formula. It doesn't crease. Can transfer a little bit, especially if you're wearing white and you don't set it with a powder. It can transfer. Now, I don't think skin tints last as long as foundations. This one also has a wear time of 4 to 5 hours, not more than that. I mean, whenever I use the skin tint, after 4 hours, I either have to do a touch up or I have to remove my makeup because it doesn't look that fresh, I've got some long lasting ones here too, so we will get to them. Then we have the Faye Face Card Super Serum Skin Tint. I'm in the shade 410 Warm Olive. Now this one over here is a very dewy skin tint. It has a very dewy finish. The finish is very similar to their Lush Blush. Again, it feels so lightweight on the skin, has sheer to medium buildable coverage. On my skin, I'd say that this has got a sheer coverage. I mean, medium coverage should cover my pigmentation to an extent, but it doesn't. This too has skincare ingredients like niacinamide, kakadu plum for radiance. It blends like a dream, perfect skin tint for winters because it's very dewy. Sits so nicely on my skin. Next I have the Kiro Daily Dewy Serum Foundation. I'm in the shade Spiced Beige. I will say that Spiced Beige is a little bit, just a tiny bit light for me. I've been using this serum foundation for more than a year now and this is the most lightweight serum foundation I have. It has got sheer coverage, very skin-like, but it does transfer. So you might want to set it with a powder. Lasts for good 5-6 hours. Also, I really like this black and pink packaging. Earlier it used to come in an all black packaging, but later they changed it to this pink and black and I really like this. This one has also got your skincare ingredients, hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, niacinamide. But the best thing about this serum foundation is how it feels on the skin. It feels very, very lightweight. Also blends very easily. You can use your fingers, a brush or a sponge to blend this out. It's a no-fuss product, very easy to use on the go. An amazing mid-range skin tint overall. After this I have a skin tint from House of Makeup. This one is their Face Anything Luminous Skin Tint. It has SPF 25 PA+++ and I have the shade M10. I actually bought one more shade of the skin tint which was too dark for me. I don't remember which shade it was, but I'm going to mention it on the screen. So the shade M10 is good for someone who is NC14 MAC. I am NC14 MAC, but I don't have a very even skin tone. My forehead is darker than the rest of my face. It's just that I can't work with one shade for my face. I need a couple of shades. I need lighter concealer sometimes. Sometimes I need a contour to even everything out. Sometimes I have to mix 2 shades, 3 shades. It gets complicated sometimes. So yeah, this shade is good for my cheek area, but not so amazing for my forehead because my forehead is darker than the rest of my face. Overall, it works, it looks amazing, but it's not as good as the Dow Beauty one, This one has got a glass-like luminous finish. Now this too has got all your skincare ingredients, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide. Basically all of these skin tints are really good for winter, especially if you have dry skin. This one also blends really nicely. You can use your fingers or use a brush. I will not recommend a sponge. Now this has got sheer coverage, not the most watery skin tint I have because you can see it is a little bit thick, but it does feel very lightweight on the skin, and as I blend it, you can see it matches my skin tone more and more and more. It has got a very glass-like luminous finish, and none of these skin tints have pearly particles or shimmer or anything like that. The glassy luminous finish is just from the formula. Next we have it's Maybelline. So this is the only skin tint that I repurchased because it's a 2-in-1. Now most of these skin tints here have like SPF 20, 25, 30, but not more than that. But my skin needs 50 and this has got that. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Fresh tint with SPF 50 PA+++. This for me is sunscreen plus tint 2-in-1. Now I'm in the shade 09. When this launched, they had shades till 09, like this was the darkest shade. But now I think they have added one more shade to the range. I mean, this cannot be the darkest shade in India. I know it's a skin tint, but still. It is a spot-on shade for me. I mean, it can get a little bit ashy sometimes because this has got SPF 50, so you get that white cast. But if you blend really well, it goes away. It's just that it takes a little bit more time to blend. It has got vitamin C. It's lightweight, not as lightweight as my other skin tints. I will highly recommend that you apply it either with your fingers or a brush. It's kind of difficult to blend it in with a sponge. It has got vitamin C for brightening, and for this, the finish leans a little bit more to matte side. It also depends on how you prep your skin. I mean, if you apply a dewy primer, this is obviously going to look a little bit more dewy on your skin. But yeah, if you don't apply any primer, the finish is going to lean a little bit towards matte side. You can use the skin tint in all seasons. I've used this during summers and it wears really well. Next, we have an affordable wonder. This is the Insight Skin Tint. It's a 5-in-1 multifunctional serum foundation. This also is infused with your skincare ingredients, niacinamide, rice water. I'm in the shade Hazelnut Shot and this is a spot-on match for me. It's an everyday budget-friendly pick. It is a multifunctional product. I will say that you don't need a primer if you're using this. It does blur out your skin to an extent, but I do use a sunscreen under this. It blends very easily, has got sheer coverage and a dewy finish. Again, don't blend it in with a sponge, just use a brush or your fingers. This over here is an amazing product for the price. Then we have the Lovechild Masaba Blurring Serum Tint. I think the Insight one is sort of a dupe of this one because look at the packaging. Also, this is a 4-in-1. This also claims to be a 5-in-1. The concept is also the same. It's the same. I'm in the shade Bossy Babe and I think I like the finish of this very much more than the Insight Skin Tint. Bossy Babe is a good shade for me. I just feel like it's a little bit yellow for me. It matches my forehead perfectly, but on my cheeks it does look a little bit yellow. Doesn't match my chest that well, so if I'm wearing something high neck, it works. Otherwise, I have to use a lighter concealer to just balance it out. Now this is actually a blurring tint. Trust me, you don't need primer with this one. It makes my skin look so smooth. It looks like a filter. Love the finish. It has got a radiant finish that's not too dewy. It's also very long wearing, 6 to 8 hours easily. It doesn't crease. It's a really good mid-range skin tint for all skin types. I still remember the first time I tried it, I was like, this looks exactly like a filter on my skin. Then we have a couple of my long-lasting heroes. These have been through heat, humidity, pollution, everything. First, let's talk about the Smashbox Halo Tinted Moisturizer. Now, this is a moisturizer that has a very dewy finish, is very long lasting. You just have to know how to use it correctly. Right now, I have it on and I think it's been like 4 to 5 hours since I've had this makeup on. It still looks flawless. I mean, this is an ideal environment. It's winter, so it's gonna look good. But it also looks really good in summers. Doesn't crease if you set it. Looks so beautiful on the skin. And this has got sheer to medium buildable coverage. It does cover my pigmentation to an extent. It's my second tube and I think this is my favorite skin tint. Well, it's actually a tinted moisturizer, but I like calling it a skin tint and I like keeping it with my skin tints. I'm in the shade medium and this looks perfect on me. It is a little bit liquidy, it's very lightweight, it blends very easily. Now this one you can blend with anything, fingers, brush, sponge. It's gonna look flawless on your skin. It has got a flawless finish. Now I also use this tinted moisturizer for my glam looks because this has got a little bit more coverage than my other skin tints. This is also my traveling go-to. I just throw it in my makeup bag and I don't need any foundation, just this. This for everything. That's how much I love it. Then we have the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Skin Tint. This has got SPF 15. Now this too is a very long-lasting skin tint. It has got a very sheer coverage though. Almost no coverage. You will need a concealer with this one. I'm in the shade Golden 1 and it's a really good shade for me, but it just sheers out a lot. The formula is like that. It has got a very dewy finish, but it sheers out a lot. I remember wearing this to an April wedding. It was very hot and I only had this skin tint. I did not have very high hopes at that time because I was like, it's too dewy, it's definitely gonna melt and it's gonna be all over the place, but it didn't move. It didn't move at all and it didn't crease either. And I was like, I need to use this more. I think the Smashbox one is more worth the money than the Bobbi Brown one, but both of these are very long lasting skin tints. I just love these. So there you have it, my cute little skin tint lineup. I was also thinking of giving the Kylie Cosmetics skin tint a try. I just need to figure out my shade and then I'll order it. If you have any queries about any of these skin tints, do leave them in the comments. I would love to help you out because these skin tints are my babies and I know a lot about them. I really hope that you found this video helpful. If it did, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.